From the headlines that move us
to the plays on the field and the people making a difference.
It's news, sports, and stories that keep our communities alive.
This is the heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
I'm Christopher Ingram.
And I'm Sarina Fazan. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Sarina, it's always good to see you. A little sad news, of course, this week.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher, I was so, and you even said, we're talking about Dolly Parton, and you even said that celebrity deaths don't really affect you that much. Of course they affect us, you know. But for me, I love Dolly Parton. I mean, this one really, I mean, I cried.
Yeah. Well, I didn't cry, but I definitely was more affected by that than your average celebrity that dies, no matter how old or how long they've been around. I just, I'm not into the celebrity kind of pop culture. I don't feel connected to celebrities the way I think a lot of people do. But Dolly Parton, I mean, I grew up with Dolly Parton. I remember Dolly Parton from the time that I can remember, you know, probably like 5 years old. And seeing her on shows, I don't know if she's on Hee Haw or not, but I used to watch that with my grandparents on Saturday nights, and Dolly Parton songs, and her personality was just always bigger than life. And I can even remember as a little kid, like, wow, she's got really big boobs. And, you know, my granddad looking at me and go, yeah, she does, you know. But, and she was just multi-generational over the last 50, 60 years. I mean, 70, I mean, gosh, she was 80 years old. I saw her on TV like a week ago, and she looks like she's still in her 50s.
I know, she's so amazing. I mean, you know, they said, they haven't released the type of cancer, but, you know, they said it was a brief, struggled with cancer just for a short while. But I truly feel part of it, though, is she was married to her husband for 59 years. They met outside of a laundromat when she was only 18 years old. First day in Nashville. You know, she came from a very poor family, and they married 2 years after that. He rarely was ever photographed, but and he died.
He died last year, right?
Yeah, a year and 5 months ago. And I think, you know, she's often talked about how
much she loved him.
Yes.
And he was really private. I mean, I remember when he
private.
died, I remember thinking, I didn't even know Dolly Parton was married. Never really gave it any thought, for that matter. But I think it's very common, actually, for a lot of people when they're married that long and then one of the spouses dies, then the other one dies not long thereafter.
Yeah,
you know?
honestly, you see it a lot.
Yeah.
You know, at the very beginning, she started to, you know, to become famous, and he went to an event with her, and then he said, you know, honey, this just really isn't me. And she never pressed him
to go.
Yeah. And so, and again, such a beautiful, beautiful person. Like, she never had children of her own. She had endometriosis, and but how much she's given back to children with the library, with one of the most generous people that
she really was.
Yeah. And what a business mind too, because do you remember the song, you know, I Will Always Love You, right?
Love You, yeah.
And Whitney Houston, of course, I love Whitney Houston too. That was so tragic. But Elvis Presley wanted to sing that song, but he wanted also the rights, like split the rights to the song.
The royalties.
She was so business savvy to know that she did not want to give up the rights to that song. You know, like, and not only the royalties, it was just like also, too bad I'm not a contract lawyer. But
That's right. But yeah, the rights and the royalties and the
yeah.
recurring revenue and all that. She wanted to hold on to it, and she did with good reason. And I think you were talking about it earlier, and she actually ended up giving to charity the revenues that she made off of Whitney Houston's version of that song, which apparently made more than like $10 million in the first year.
It gives me goosebumps. I mean, she just gave so much
what a
back.
Big heart.
I know, huge heart.
And you know, the thing, regardless of your religion, what I found so endearing about Dolly Parton was she was a Christian, but she didn't wear her religion on her sleeve, but it was in her heart.
Right.
And her just personality and her philanthropy and giving back to the communities was just something that I think it's partly why I felt so connected, you know, to her, where I normally don't in celebrities.
You know, I've been so blessed, as have you, but I've interviewed a lot of celebrities in my career. I've interviewed a lot of presidents in my career. She is the one person that I always hoped that I would be able to, always. Like, you know, and I know, it's just, she reminds us too, right, of, as you said, so many fond memories of like growing up.
Yeah.
You know.
What's your favorite Dolly Parton song?
Oh my gosh, 9 to 5.
Me too. I was going to say the same
I love
thing. Yeah.
9 to 5.
And I think that's because I grew up, you know, we're the same age. Grew up hearing that song when it was on the 9 to 5 movie, which I think she was in, wasn't she?
Yes, it was great. And I would sometimes change it to 2 to 12 because, you know,
Working
when
2
we did
to
12 because
oh my gosh.
the news shift, you know.
Yeah.
And I also love Two Doors Down. That where she's, do you know that song? Like, so she's brokenhearted in the song. She's brokenhearted. She's pining away, and then her neighbors are having a party just 2 doors down. So she walks 2 doors down, and all of a sudden, you know, she gets in. She starts talking to this guy.
Right.
I mean, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, her heart is lifted, and she can't believe it. Like, you know, getting over a broken heart. I don't know. There's just, I have so many of her songs. Yeah.
Well, very cool. We're sorry to lose Dolly Parton this week for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, we have a lot of other stuff to talk about today.
Ooh, speaking of loss, this is horrible. This happened in Florida. A young mother and her 2-year-old daughter killed by lightning. Killed by lightning.
It's tragic.
And here's what's so crazy, right? They were in their car. They got out of their car and they were struck by lightning.
Yeah.
So I think this really, you know, sadly, it's a reminder that it's not if you're in the water, it's not, you know, like you can literally, if there's thunder and there's lightning and you step outside of your car, it could happen.
You get hit, yeah. Well, and the car is one of the safest places you can be because it's so grounded by the tires. Yeah, if you're in a car and there's a lightning storm, stay there.
Rule of thumb is 30 minutes too, you know, to stay.
You know, I've known 3 people. I grew up, was born and raised in Naples, lived in Florida, you know, 40 some odd years of my life. And I've known 3 people who have gotten struck by lightning. Like personally, I've known 3 people that got struck by lightning. 1 died and 2 lived.
Oh, Christopher.
But I operate under the rule of not, okay, it's time to go inside when you hear the first thunder or see the first strike of lightning close by. It's when you see and recognize the thunder clouds around you. And people look at me and go, well, why? We haven't heard any thunder. We haven't seen any lightning yet. I say, because the first bolt has to strike somewhere.
Right.
Don't let it be you, right? So when you see those thunderclouds, get the hell out of the way. And you know, I know like in Tampa, where my kids used to play t-ball and softball, they have the early warning system that will go off and sound an alarm when it detects lightning within, I think it's either 10 or 12 miles. And if it does, the coaches are told to get your team off the field, 12 miles away. Yeah,
it's something to take very seriously. Like, I covered several stories with people who were struck by lightning, and it changed their, of course, entire life. They were never the same. And also, sadly, others that died. Right. But for your personal experience, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You personally have known.
People.
Isn't that,
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
So, you know, don't fool around with lightning.
Yeah.
Don't fool around with Mother Nature in general.
In general. Well, our thoughts certainly go out to that.
Really,
I mean,
it's tragic.
oh my gosh.
North Florida. I forget the name of the community. She was from Margate, Florida.
Gosh, it's just so horrible.
All right, what else we got, Ree?
Well, we have a lot going on. What about, dengue, I'm pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Dengue fever, mosquito, of course, from mosquitoes. 30 reported cases or so in Hillsborough County
alone, and 21 suspected that haven't been confirmed yet.
Isn't that so crazy?
Yeah.
And so with this, a lot of people have asked before, can it spread like the flu or a cold? No, it's usually it's from a mosquito biting you.
It is only from a mosquito.
Biting you, and
the mosquito bites somebody that has it, and they bite someone else that doesn't have it, and then that's how they spread.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because they bite during the day. This particular
variety of mosquito.
Bites during the day, and they said that also. So Hillsborough County is doing a full attack on mosquitoes. You know, they have the helicopters going up and
spraying.
Yeah, and they're really going to a lot of tire stores, believe it or not, because the water, like, you know, there's tires and there's pools of water, and it's attracted.
Much.
Yeah,
just like a half an inch of water, they can lay the eggs, and they hatch very quickly.
And do you know a lot about dengue fever?
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it. I've been to Africa, and I had to get, different shots and take pills for various mosquito-borne illnesses, but I don't think dengue was one of them particularly. But, the good news about it is it gives you like rash and fever and kind of a lethargic feeling, but it's typically not fatal, although they say like 1 out of every 20 cases could end up with a hospitalization. It could be that serious, with the fever and stuff like that. But
And you think 1 out of 20, can you imagine? I mean, that's...
yeah, it could be add up. Yeah.
And usually it's people, who have a weakened immune system.
Right.
Or, like they also talk about pregnant women being careful, but I guess when you're pregnant, you gotta be careful about everything, right?
Yeah.
Right?
The good news is it is only transferred by mosquitoes. So if somebody in your house has dengue fever, you're not going to get it from them.
Right.
Unless a mosquito comes and bites them and then bites you.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Stay out of the mosquito areas, right? This is Florida. There are mosquitoes everywhere.
I know, yeah. So speaking of Florida, we've talked about on the show many, many times how Florida is the #1 fun state, or Florida is fantastic, Florida is this and that, which you and I both agree with.
We're all for Florida.
But now there's new thoughts out. It's not even thoughts. I mean, this is data that people are leaving Florida.
The rubber has hit the road, and they are leaving Florida now, which personally I'm okay with, especially if they came from New York and they're going back to New York.
Christopher.
I know. I just like that hate mail. New Yorkers are fine. Just don't bring your politics down here, okay? But they're saying it's a lot of young people who can't afford to live here because the cost of living is so high. I mean, we don't have any income tax, but housing is very expensive. Rentals are very expensive. If you want to buy, you got the whole property tax and insurance issue that's keeping people from moving down here. And they said this is the first time in years where we were not on the top 10 list of new entrants into the state. And we actually have about as many people leaving as are coming in right now.
Isn't that something? And they also talked about there's a lot of retirees coming in, which we of course have traditionally seen. But going back to the point of the younger people leaving, we welcome, of course, and retirees are great, but the younger people are the ones too that continue the economy.
Right.
I can tell you, Sammy, 19 years old.
Your daughter.
Yes, my daughter. She has said to me, I'm so happy that she loves Tampa because she is my only one too. But she always says to me, she said, "Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can afford to live in Tampa."
Right.
She's already recognizing that and seeing that. Yeah, how about your girls?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I was talking to my daughter Mia the other day. She's at USF St. Pete, and she was talking about she's still living sophomore year. She's living on campus housing, and she told me how much it costs. And I was comparing it to what you could get an apartment for. And she started saying, yeah, I think it would actually be cheaper to just stay on campus, the whole time I'm here rather than go live in rent an apartment in downtown St. Pete, because it's just astronomically expensive.
So expensive. And, we just had Mike Mateo, on our show. He's a great guest for one of our other segments. He's living in China, but came back here, and when he said he went to Publix and he bought 2 bags of groceries, and it was over $100. Right, and we don't mean to call out Publix. I mean, I think many of the grocery stores the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
they've gotten expensive.
Yeah, it's just gotten so expensive.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something because, as you said, it's young people. If they don't have jobs and opportunity here, they are going to leave. They're going to go somewhere else, and the young people are the lifeblood of any community, and we need to keep young people here, not just entertained, but we have to keep them employed so that they can afford to live here. Obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you think there will be a shift? I mean, as you mentioned, it's the first time in several years that we're seeing these numbers.
Yeah, it is, and I think the politicians are surprised by it, and they're kind of baffled as to what to do about it. You say, well, create more jobs. It's not that easy. And Florida, for the size that we are compared to the other 4 really large states, New York, Texas, and California, and Florida, I think we're actually the 3rd largest, and then New York. We have the fewest number of Fortune 500 companies in our state.
Yes.
We have very little large companies here as their headquarters, although we have a lot of CEOs who live here, but because they come here for the tax advantages on a personal level, but they're not bringing their companies and their jobs with them here to Florida.
You and I have talked about that. I mean, Florida needs that. We need some more of those big companies to make Florida home. And I know, a lot of the talk has been, well, for me, there's always something in each area, right? There's mudslides, but the hurricanes, people have said, could it be the hurricanes? Well, maybe, but I just wish like one major, I know we have some major companies here, but if we could see just a few more deciding to make their home in Tampa, Tampa St. Pete, it could make a huge difference.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully our politicians will get to work on that. send that money they're going to send to the Rays.
Oh
and let's
my
do
God.
some investment in the local community.
Perfect time, guys. Perfect time to change the subject then. All right, did you know that dogs can't get hospice care?
No, you told me this.
Okay.
Dogs in hospice care. And that is a new one to me.
That is a new one to me too.
I'm a dog lover. I had no idea they had hospice for dogs.
Hospice care. But there's a dog named Baby in hospice care who needs a special wheelchair. A dog chair.
Wheelchair.
Can you talk about how low can you go that someone steals?
Someone stole the
baby's
dog's wheelchair.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a pit bull in a rescue. Yeah. The rescue was named Pity Party, like Pit Bull Pity Party, and it's in St. Cloud.
Yeah.
And the dog was in a foster home, and I guess they left the dog's wheelchair on the front porch or somewhere around the house, and somebody saw it and they stole it. Which it just seems to me really odd, because you would have to look at that and know that it's not a wheelchair for a human being. Number one. I think we have a picture of it we're going to throw up on the screen, but it's clearly not for humans. And how many people have a dog that needs a wheelchair like that?
Right. Sadly, often, there's a lot of sad stories. Of course, this is how could you steal a dog's wheelchair?
Yeah, heartless.
But sometimes, out of these stories, there's always, the humanity and a glimmer of hope as and so there's another organization that is that's already stepped in and gotten Baby a new wheelchair. Yeah. So which is really nice. Yeah.
It's good. It's heartwarming.
Yeah, it's heartwarming. You know what else is heartwarming? Okay. So there's this guy, 92 years old. I mean, he is a social media inspiration. I know we talk about social media. 92 years old.
92 years old.
He lives in St. Augustine. And he just completed his 500th Pure Barre class.
Pure Barre, which is an exercise class.
Yes.
Right?
Do you know what Pure Barre is?
I had to look it up. They said it's low impact for strength.
It is a really hard class,
it's
though.
Hard.
It's
You've
like,
done it before?
oh my gosh, yes, it's hard. Like, you're on the bar. It's hard.
And so he's 92 and he's done 500 of those classes. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Hopefully that was 90. He's 500 and he's 92, and it wasn't starting when he was 10. Because that would only be like a couple of years, right?
I know. You know what? That's really a good point. I meant to look like how long it took him. Yeah, how long it took him. It wasn't a bit, but it seems like it was within a few years, or even within the year or something. Well, probably not within the year. That would have been a lot of classes.
Well,
to do
92.
Year.
I mean, if you lived in 92, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Or it could be just good genes too. A lot of people just have good genes.
Yeah.
I have good genes in my family. My grandma lived to be 99.
Wow, that's so good to know.
Yeah, she was a month shy of her 100th birthday when she died. Yeah.
I'm so happy to know that, because I hope you're around for a long, long time.
Thanks, Ruby.
No, seriously, I think about this we are also doing these breathing exercises with Ethan Allen, who's now, and you're like, get rid of negative thoughts. No, I'm a worrywart. I always worry, worry.
All right, well, we're going to hopefully keep Ree from worrying, because we're going to now play our fun game that we've been playing for the last few weeks. We have One Has to Go and Would You Rather. Okay. So we're going to, Ree has not heard any of these, right?
I've not heard any of these. I've not heard any of these.
We decided after the first week when I read them to you, it was better to get your reaction live. Right,
because they're so hilarious.
To Tampa Bay.
Look, you're right. It's already relieving some of my worry. Look how I'm laughing already. Okay.
So I wrote this just for you.
Okay.
One has to go.
Okay.
All right. So out of these four things, you
have
to get rid of them.
Okay. One has to go
for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Booze. Sex.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Your car. And when I say you have to get rid of your car, that means you have to take public transportation or walk for the rest of your life.
Okay.
You can't Uber. You have to walk or take a bus.
Okay.
Okay. Or your ability to speak.
Okay. Well, for me, I would have to say, easily for me, even though this would be really tough, it would be the car, because I walk a lot all the time anyway. I walk. I'm constantly walking everywhere. we know how
If
much I
you had
just love to
said,
drive.
if you had said booze, I was just going to lose it, laughing my ass off. The sex one, I think your reaction spoke volumes on that. And we know you like to talk, and of course we both do. We couldn't be here if we didn't.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? So I mean, it would be very difficult to live without a car. But you know, when I went to college, I mean, I had to use public transportation all the time in Chicago. You know, taking the L. I didn't have a car, but it would be difficult. But that would be. How about you?
I would say booze.
Oh, okay.
I would. I've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
I've quit before. Yeah, I feel better when I don't drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say booze. I mean, especially if you live here in the Tampa Bay area. Like I remember reading a story in the Tampa Tribune years ago, and they had one of their reporters who lived in St. Pete take public transportation for a week, and to include like to get to work. And the poor guy had to get up like 3 hours early in order to take a bus to get to downtown Tampa from wherever he lived in Pinellas County.
Yeah.
I mean, public transportation in the Tampa Bay area is just horrible, which is why we should use that money instead of sending it to the Rays.
I knew
Every chance I get. No money to the Rays. No money, no taxpayer dollars to the Rays. Sorry.
We don't agree on that. That's it. Yeah.
Right.
And you know, also, I mean, I have you who would want me to do the heartbeat of Tampa Bay. You come pick me.
All right, you're right. Okay. All right, so now we're going to switch gears to would you rather.
Okay, all right, okay.
So I give you two things.
Okay.
You answer it, and then I'm going to ask you another one.
Okay.
Would you rather give up this and then compare it to the previous one that you just answered?
Okay.
So just follow along.
Okay.
Okay, would you rather end war or end poverty?
Oh, wow. I would say end war.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, end war.
Why?
I mean, the violence.
Yeah.
I think if we end war, that may help reduce poverty.
Absolutely, because war oftentimes leads to poverty.
Right.
Okay, so that was an easy one. Okay, so would you rather stay young mentally or physically?
I would say mentally, because if you stay young physically but you don't have your mind, right? Are you talking like to lose your mind? Yeah, I would think. I mean, I would hope with physically. I mean, I've taken care of myself for the most part.
This isn't about how well you take care of yourself to prevent that from happening. It's if one or the other were to happen. So you would say mentally?
That's such a tough one, but I think maybe also because I've seen people who aren't here mentally and how painful that is. Like, because you're talking not remembering things, like kind of having
Alzheimer's,
right,
or being
dementia,
or kind of being a vegetable in a hospital. And
yeah.
I've seen both. I had a grandparent that had Alzheimer's, and my dad, who had 3 strokes, was confined to a bed for the last year and a half of his life, and couldn't talk, communicate. He was there mentally, but physically couldn't do anything, including talk. And so I would say, for me, I would rather lose mental than physical. Yeah.
That's such a tough one. I mean, that really, that is not a lighthearted one either.
No, okay, so you said,
I think, I mean, that's a
you
tough
said
one.
Mental. Okay. So the next one is, would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
So, okay, you know how you promised that you were going to get my mind off things so I don't worry? Okay, you have just reversed. He has reversed everything. Hasn't he reversed everything? Because this is honestly, these are some of the things
that you think about.
Yeah. And with people I love, you know? So I think if you know the date of your death, you're not going to be able to, your entire life you'd be dreading that day. You'd be dreading that day, right? Like
you can prepare for it too.
Yeah. But how you die, then, like if you know you're going to die from a car accident, right? Then every time you get into a car, you're going to be nervous. Or if you die from a disease, like you'd become so
obsessive
paranoid.
about your health and stuff. Yeah.
But I would think if I absolutely had to choose, I would say I'd rather know how, not the date.
Okay, I'm the opposite. I'd rather know the date.
Yeah,
I think I would. Okay, would you rather know the cause of your death or stay young? What did you say? You said mentally.
Okay, the cause of my death or stay young mentally. Guys, how we said this is, again, supposed to cheer me up. I don't want to, get the questions, my first reaction. You're defeating the purpose this time because these are depressing. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me answer.
These are hard ones,
Yeah,
right?
these are hard ones.
Like thought-provoking hard ones.
So these are, stay young mentally.
Or know the cause of your death.
Stay young mentally, I guess.
Stay young mentally, okay.
How about you?
That
doesn't really, that doesn't pertain to you.
Well, mine was know the date of your death or stay young mentally or stay young physically.
Physically, so we were completely opposite.
I would rather stay young physically.
Yeah, you would.
Than know the date of my death.
Yeah.
Would you rather, this is a good one for you.
Okay.
Would you rather dress fancy or in sweatpants everywhere you go, no matter the occasion, for the rest of your life?
That is the easiest one. That's the easiest, most fun question. Really, what do you think? What do you think?
I think dress fancy.
Oh my gosh, high heels are my tennis shoes.
I mean,
I have said, for the rest of my life.
No tennis shoes.
No. I say high heels are my tennis shoes. High heels are my tennis shoes. 100%, without a doubt.
So you go to the gym and you're wearing an evening gown with high heels.
That's fine.
You would rather that than wear sweatpants to a wedding.
Yeah. I mean, that's for me. That's like, that is easy. If I had to, I had to choose fancy clothes or casual clothes.
That's not. I want to make sure you're clear on it.
Okay, all right.
It's to everything, 24 hours a day for the rest of your life. You have to wear fancy clothes, like dress up. You're so out of sync with what everyone else is wearing 99% of the time. Or wear sweatpants everywhere for the rest of your life.
I would definitely say fancy clothes. Now, this is kind of embarrassing, and I don't want to disclose too much, but even like my nightgowns, or Sammy looks at me and she's like, oh my God. Yeah, he's like, oh, what are you doing? And she's like, don't you believe in like just comfy,
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah, you wear fancy nightgowns, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just,
Okay.
It's just who
well,
I am.
would you rather wear your fancy clothes or what did you say from the previous one? Stay young mentally or physically, or stay young mentally?
Well, I mean, like fancy clothes, I guess. Because
you would rather have the ability to wear fancy clothes everywhere for the rest of your life than stay young mentally?
No, of course I'd want to stay young mentally when you phrase it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just clarifying there. Okay, I think I got one more.
Okay.
This is good.
Okay.
Would you rather begin every sentence with "Hey, jerk face," or end every sentence with "Ha ha, just kidding"?
Wait.
Like,
so
you look so nice. Ha ha, just kidding.
So begin every sentence with "Hey, jerk face."
Hey, jerk face. What are we having for dinner?
Or end it with.
Oh my gosh, your blouse is so pretty. Ha ha, just kidding.
That is such a tough one. I don't even know, like, would that make sense? Would that even make sense?
It doesn't have to make sense. That's the rule.
I would say maybe end it with "Ha ha, I'm kidding." Rather, because I don't want to start with the insult.
Well, but if you close with the insult, then you can't add anything to it to explain, like, hey, this is just how
okay, that is a good point there. So if you begin, you're allowed to say
jerk face,
and you can say
I have to start every conversation with "Hey, jerk face."
Okay. Then yes, if I could explain it, because you're right. If I close it out and I can't explain why I said it, then
You're so complimentary and kind to people. I could not envision you being like yourself. Oh, I love your hair. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Oh goodness.
I just can't see that. I could kind of see. Hey, jerk.
Because I could explain it at least then.
Oh my gosh, I laughed really hard. I haven't laughed that hard since last Saturday night. Yes, it involved my girlfriend, and I laughed really, really, really hard.
You went to a comedy club?
No. We did go to a comedy club. We saw Ed Bassmaster, and he's the would you look at that guy? And he goes by another name, but I forget what it is right now. Anyhow, but it was not the thing I laughed so hard about was not at the comedy club, but I can't say what it was because it would embarrass Stacy enormously.
Oh, wow. And you leave us hanging like
that.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna leave you hanging because I would rather not get in trouble with Stacy. But it was really funny.
Well, The game is really fun.
We had the game. All right. So great show. And it was always nice to see you.
So wonderful to see you too.
We're going to be back next week for another show. And then you're going on vacation again.
Yeah. Which we'll talk about later.
Leaving me high and dry. I got to find a co-host.
I know. He's got to find a co-host.
Okay. That work's cut out for us. Well, this was fun.
Definitely.
Every story shared
Adds another heartbeat to Tampa Bay.
from courage to community.
We are so proud to tell the stories that keep our community strong.
Thanks for watching The Heartbeat of Tampa Bay. We did that flawlessly without any cue cards. Nice.